Have you ever felt helpless when you look at your financial situation? Maybe you've got bills, maybe you've got some debts and you don't know how you're going to pay them. Your income just isn't quite there and you can't really see a way out. It's not a good feeling. I've certainly been there before. I think having kids, having a family, having a spouse, having people relying on you definitely makes that even more, high pressure, and you kind of feel even worse about it. But I want to encourage you that you don't have to stay stuck in that helpless feeling, that there are some solutions. Yes, they require work, but you can get out of that, and I am living proof. My name is Richard. I'm a pastor here actually in Hong Kong. I'm an Australian, and I love to talk about building little side businesses that can be a blessing to our families, especially online businesses that we can kind of leverage the power of online rather than leveraging our time and our energy to be able to help us financially. And a number of years ago, when I got married to my wife, actually it's nearly 10 years, gosh, we got married with a negative net worth. We did not have much savings. We had a little bit. We put that towards our wedding, but we had 2 huge university loans. Thank you, university. We both got our degrees, but we had this huge burden of these financial debts that the government had paid for, but we were required to pay back. And we had kind of put these off for a long time. I know that was not wise, but that's the reality of the situation. And so when we got married, we had a little bit of savings and we owed a lot of money. That was a huge weight around our neck. And I think it's part of the reason why the university system is failing. And I'm not too optimistic about the future of universities because it's just awful. That financial burden, particularly if you're from America or the UK, you guys have it even worse than us Aussies. But it's not a nice place to be. And maybe you've got credit card bills or you got a car loan or something like that, and you're up to your neck in debt. And you've got to look at how you can get out of this. And I want to start by saying you've got to become a learner. Okay. What you know got you to where you are. So you're going to have to learn some things that you didn't know before. I didn't know how to budget. I didn't know how to invest. I didn't know how to start a little business, to register a business, how to get a client, all this kind of stuff. And the way that you're going to get out of that hole is by learning and by working. And so you're not going to get out of the hole by sitting around and feeling sorry about yourself. So how do you get out of this helpless financial situation? Number 1, get a strong vision. And I've talked about this in many other videos, but if you don't have a real motivating reason why, then you're going to default to the old you. And the old you got you to where you are. And they say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Well, you're going to need a strong, motivating force that's going to push you towards change and towards learning things and towards building some new habits and some new ways of thinking and some new things to put your time into. So you got to have a strong reason. For me, that was my kids. I wanted to set my kids up. I have 4 little boys. And as we started having babies, me and my wife, we're looking at the expenses of living in one of the world's most expensive cities. And we're just like, I'm sick of it. I loved my life except for my finances. And I'm sick of being limited in this area. I need to do something about it. And my journey started with believing for a house, okay? Which in Hong Kong is a very hard thing to do, to save a deposit to get a house. You need like 20% down at least. And when the houses are, $1 million plus more US, that's really hard when you're starting off with a negative net worth. So anyway, you need a strong vision. I had this dream of a house. I'm now sitting in that house. God has been good. But you need a vision. You need something that's going to motivate you to get into some new habits, some new learning habits. So that's the first part, getting a strong vision. I need to stop there because I could go on and on and on about it. And I'm aware that I've made other videos on this, but that is crucial. If you don't have a strong why, none of this is going to last. You'll run out of steam. So the second thing is you need to learn how to budget. Okay, this is really boring, but super, super important. And one thing that really helped me and my wife, other than reading a Dave Ramsey book, Total Money Makeover, and then I read every single other thing that he has ever written and watched like half of his, stuff on YouTube. So outside of that, you need to learn how to budget, and he's going to teach you how to budget. If you don't know how, go check out Dave Ramsey's stuff. Watch some good, there's lots of YouTubers actually who are teaching this stuff in detail. Find some and learn. And if you're married, get on board, get your spouse on board with your vision, okay? And they're probably not going to like it, because who likes budgeting? My wife used to call our budget the hell budget. And it was the hell budget, but it led to heaven, it led to this house. And for a season, we had to be super, super strict. And one thing that really, really helped us was we got an app that the two of us could have it on our phones, and we could both update what we were spending independently, and it would kind of add it all up together in some kind of cloud way, so we could see together where our finances were going. If you are a married couple and you have independent finances, good luck doing this, honestly. And I don't even think that that's all that healthy for a marriage. I would encourage you, have your finances together and have a budget, agree. So there's no fights, there's nothing hidden. It's all out there in the open, and you're just building your lives together, not building independent lives in our marriage. Anyway, I know this is not a marriage channel, but that's something that I think is important. So we would be budgeting on these apps, and let's say I bought a coffee, okay, log it in the app. Every single cent that we spent went into that app. And she could see what I was spending, I could see what she was spending. And we weren't doing that to observe each other. We were just doing that because we needed it to go to the same place, so that at the end of the month, we could see exactly how we spend our money. And then we started to learn our spending habits. And that was really important. Then I could make spreadsheets and other stuff where I actually had an idea of how much we spent on food, how much we spent on, utilities and eating out and all that other kind of stuff. So if you've got good data, then you can make good decisions off that data, and you can forecast really well. So that may be really helpful. If you're single, then great. You can just get an app for yourself and just start logging it yourself. Now, it is annoying to have to log everything that you spend, but I would just say do it for like 3 months, and then you'll have a very good idea of how much your life costs you. I mean, you'll have a good idea after a month, but maybe do a few more months just to get some, to allow for any kind of error there. And yeah, that can help you to make good decisions. And if you want to know more about budgeting, check out Dave Ramsey, check out the $0 budget. It's really, really helpful. And that is going to help you to get out of your helpless financial situation. So once you've got your strong vision, you have learned how to budget, then the third thing, which is kind of a lot of what I talk about on this channel, is you need to learn how to build a side business. Okay. Now I'm assuming you've already got a job. If you don't have a job, then get a job is probably the first on the list. But I'm assuming you've got a job and you're just feeling helpless though, with all the other expenses coming in. You've got to start learning skills about how to build a side business, and a business that doesn't just include freelance work. It's not just time for dollars, but a business where you can actually build systems, you can build leverage, and over time, it's going to be less and less time, but for more and more money, a better result. So look at channels like this. That's what this channel is all about. Find other people on YouTube, find books. There is so many good podcasts about this area of how to start a business, and you've got to shake the idea that it's not you, that you're too ordinary for this kind of journey. It's just rubbish. It's an excuse. And the amazing thing about today is we have the internet, we have YouTube, so you can learn everything off YouTube, and then with the internet, you can have a global audience. You only need to find a few clients out of the 8 billion people on earth They could be in any country. Mine are in multiple countries right now, the US, Australia, and in Hong Kong. And I'm finding clients in all of them, and I live here in Hong Kong. I'm geographically restricted, yet my business isn't, thanks to the internet. There has never been a better time to start an online business, to start a business than right now with the power of the internet. So we've got no excuse. Don't let yourself buy into this idea that you're just an ordinary person and you couldn't do a little side business. Look, I have phrased this whole channel around side businesses. I'm not even trying to be some expert on how to build a big business. I've never done that. I got no idea, but I do know how to get a few $1,000s extra a month. And I am aware, and I've thought about this a lot. I'm like, what do I want this YouTube channel to be? Because I don't want to come across like some business guru. I'm not that. But what I have done is built a few $1,000s extra a month that's helping my family. And I think back 5 years ago, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. And I think there's so many people out there. And if you had that, you'd be so stoked, right? That would be awesome. Like, you can always build on top of that. Great. If you want to get to 10, 20,000 a month, there is a lot of great advice online on how to do that. You can certainly do it. I haven't done it, but I have done this, and you can too. I'm telling you, for ordinary people, you can do this. Learn a few key skills. One skill that you can sell, and then then the skills in order to actually get a new client on board. And you can start off, set your price low, maybe even help for free at the beginning just to get a client, and then serve them for free, get a track record, get some case studies, and then slowly put your prices up over time. Everyone can do this. Maybe start by helping a friend, help their business, serve them. Grab a friend who has a business and doesn't have an Instagram account and say, can I create and manage an Instagram account for you? I'll do it for free because I want to do this for other businesses. You can get to the point where you can charge $500 a month for that. Do that for a few different businesses, and you've got a few $1,000s coming in each month. And then you can train some people. Maybe you get a virtual assistant to be able to do most of the heavy lifting for you, and then it's not your hours working on Instagram every month. You can build a little one-person business and outsource different parts of it. It's very, very doable. You've just got to believe it. So, as I wrap up here today, don't stay feeling helpless. It's okay to feel helpless, but go and do something. Become a learner. Get a strong vision, learn how to budget, and then learn how to build a side business. I know it's easier said than done, but that's why I'm here on this channel, to encourage you along the way. So if you enjoyed that, it's great to have you on the channel. I'm brand new to YouTube. And if you want to know more about how you can start a side business, check out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.